Hey, first video, trying to get into this YouTube thing. I've been a long time user of YouTube, a consumer of YouTube, but never really made a video. So I thought I'd make a video about something that is, a problem for me and how I kind of, overcame it. So one of my biggest problems is that I have sleeping problems. Ever since around the time after the freshman year of college, I started to develop trouble with sleeping. I had a hard time falling asleep. I had a hard time staying asleep, and I think that was attributed to the college lifestyle. It's not your normal 10 p.m. to 7 or 8 a.m. Kind of sleep schedule because of the environment that you're in, the friends that you're making, the people around you. That sleeping opportunity is kind of shortened by a lot, right? So that kind of lifestyle kind of followed me out of college into my first job, and really, affected my life through a better part of my life for the previous I'd say 4 or 5 years actually. But it's an on and off thing. As someone who just got out of college, doing their first job, the anxiety, the new environment, the new people, your coworkers, getting acclimated to your new job can have a psychological effect for some people, and it did for me. And because of my problems with sleeping, it really aggravated it. And I remember at one point in my life, I imagine I didn't get a full night's rest for more than 2 weeks, and that just absolutely felt terrible. I tried a lot of things, everything that you find online, every little ridiculous thing. I guess I've tossed myself into and try to figure out how I can overcome this. Including wearing a sock when you're going to bed, drinking warm milk, some of the popular ones, right? And then it kind of progressed to medication, over-the-counter medication. I mean, nothing prescribed. I wasn't really diagnosed with anything because I never really went to the doctors. I don't think it got worse enough, or to a point that I needed to get professional help. But I have figured out kind of a way to uh, help myself to fall asleep better, faster, and stay asleep, right? One of the things that I discovered was that you can't really uh, imagine things while you're in bed to help you sleep. Right. One of the common I guess techniques is to count sheeps or count something, count numbers, right? Do something repetitive. But that never worked for me. I mean, it might have worked the first few days, but after the third and fourth day, I started to get up into the 500, 600 range, and it just became ridiculous. Most of that I think is because using your imagination, you know, in bed, it doesn't turn off those circuitries in your head that are required to, kind of power it down and drag yourself to sleep. It activates them, right? You're utilizing that visual cortex to imagine all that. And for someone like me, a soft sleeper, it didn't really help. So, whether you're counting sheeps, counting numbers, or imagining yourself in an environment that's conducive to sleep, such as you're surrounded by sleepy kittens, uh, the face of a sleepy boy, all that stuff didn't really click with me. And I found myself tossing and turning and taking hours upon hours just to get some shut eye. But recently, or actually, I've discovered this a long time ago and kind of forgotten about it, but recently I rediscovered it, and it's helping me sleep a lot better, even under really stressful conditions. So I just started another job, right? And there's some anxiety, there's some uncertainty that'll affect you after work, after when you get home, when you're trying to go to sleep. You're still thinking about work or before work. You have your mind all kind of running on all fours, right? I found myself having a hard time falling asleep during the first couple of weeks at work. Not at work, during the first couple of weeks after I started working. And this technique is really easy. So what you do is you just basically kind of feel out your body while you're on bed. So you don't think about anything. You don't count anything. You just lay there trying to feel your body. I don't know how to really explain that, but if you ever lie on bed and try to move your toes by not moving them, that's kind of how it is. So you lie on your bed and you imagine your toes moving, and you're basically feeling your feet, right? And then you move on to the next part of your body, your knees, your thighs, your stomach, your chest, your arms, your neck, and then your face. And that seemed to have helped a lot. I think the technique behind that is you're basically asking your body, hey, what are you doing right now? Hey, what's your state, right? And if your body is tired, it'll tell you, oh, I'm tired. Oh, I feel soft. I feel limpy, and all that. And your mind kind of syncs up, and naturally you fall asleep. So I don't know if that all makes sense or not, but that's something I found that works for me, and it's helped me get better sleep, stay asleep, and I dream quite often now. So I don't know what anyone else do to fall asleep better, but that's one of the things that I do. So thanks for watching.